What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 9 and some casting news because apparently Lydia has been casted for Season 9, which is very exciting because if you don't know who Lydia is, she's a pretty big character in The Walking Dead comics. She's the daughter of Alpha, who is the leader of the Whisperers. And Alpha is coming to the TV show. As we know, Samantha Morton has been casted to play the leader of the Whisperers. And I'm going to break it down and talk about what her role could be like in the show. Now, I will say spoiler warning if you aren't caught up with The Walking Dead, like the TV show. And a general spoiler warning for the comics. Not too much, though, because I'm just going to be talking about her character. Nothing too major, any plot points or anything, but just in case you're one of those people who don't want to know anything about the upcoming season or anything, spoiler warning. But if you are one of those people, I don't think you'd be watching this video. But let's get down to us talking about Lydia. So Cassidy McClinskey has been rumored to be casted as Lydia in The Walking Dead Season 9. Now, I am familiar with this actress a bit. I know she was in this movie called Love, Simon that came out earlier this year. Pretty good movie. And then also she's in Ozark, which is a great TV show. One of the best on Netflix right now. You should definitely check it out. But I think this girl could definitely pull off Lydia. I think she's fit the role. She's 17 years old, which is around the same age as Lydia in the comics. And, you know, The Walking Dead does a pretty good job of casting. You know, I can't think of any bad castings right now off the top of my mind. So they do a pretty good job with it, and I think this girl could do a pretty good job with Lydia. But let's talk about the actual character Lydia, because like I said, she is connected with Carl. I mean, she's the daughter of Alpha, who's already being casted, but she has a huge connection with Carl. They really do like each other and they spend a lot of time together in the comics, but as we know, Carl died last season, so that isn't happening. Carl isn't with us anymore, so they can give this storyline to a different person, you know, either Henry or Enid. And I think you're gonna do it with Henry, just because they casted an older version of Henry who's like 17 or 18 years old, like the actor, because he's the older brother of the Henry who was in season 7 or 8. And he's the same age as Cassidy, so it makes sense for them to do that storyline. But I kind of wanted to go down the Enid path, because if they do it with Henry, it's kind of them telling us that, oh, we're replacing Carl with Henry, and I think a lot of fans are going to be upset about that. And the reason I kind of wanted to be with Enid, now I don't think it's going to be with Enid, just because that second time jump messes up a lot of stuff. Because if there is a second time jump, you know, Enid's going to be like in her early to mid 20s. Because right now, what is she in the I mean, the actress is 19, but I think in the TV show she's like 15 or 16. I don't know. But if they do that second time jump, yeah, she's gonna be in her early to mid 20s. Obviously, the actress is, or not early to mid, yeah, early to mid 20s. That makes sense. But obviously, the actress Kayla Nakin, she's still gonna be 19 years old, so they can still do it. But I think just the fact that Henry and Lydia are the same age, or are gonna be the same age, they're gonna do that way. But you know, the thing with Enid is that she's kind of lonely right now, and there isn't much story to be told with Enid, because you know, she lost Carl, she's gonna lose Maggie's leaving, she lost Glenn, she lost all her friends from season 5, she lost her family. There isn't much story there to be told with Enid, or like, I mean there's always story though. They could always come up with something, but I think this could be a pretty good storyline to give to Enid. You know, at first people were thinking that Lydia would be like a guy or something, and they give that storyline to Enid, but still they could do the same thing with a girl. You know, they could just make Enid gay, or they could just make them best friends, whatever. You know, whatever they do, you know, if they write it well, it would work for the TV show. But again, I do think they're gonna go with the Henry way, just because Henry's 17 years old. But let's talk more about Lydia, because Lydia in the comics, the group Jesus and some Hilltoppers capture her and bring her back to the hilltop and do like a bit of an interrogation on her, because this is around the time the Whisperers are starting to come up. People are like talking about the Whisperers, saying they hear the walkers talking and stuff, and they meet this girl and she has a mask on of a walker. They rip the mask off and they bring her back, and Maggie and Jesus talk to her, and they kind of lock her up, and she tells them about the Whisperers, and she tells Carl a lot about the Whisperers, because Carl sneaks into her locked up room and they talk and they build a pretty good friendship and a relationship, and you know, they ultimately become really good friends, and it leads to, you know, a relationship. And Carl even follows Lydia back to the Whisperers territory. So again, that's not gonna happen because Carl is dead, but that storyline could be given to Henry. The thing with Henry though is that we aren't attached to this character as much as we are with Carl, so it's gonna be a bit weird if they give this storyline to you know, Henry. But it's too early, you know. Maybe, you know, when we meet this aged up version or this new version of Henry, they really make this character really good, and we do like him, because it's too early to say whether or not it's a good idea. But you know, Henry did have a pretty decent storyline in season 8, I guess. guess, with Carol and Morgan. So they're really building up his character to have a much more bigger role in The Walking Dead, and the fact that they casted an aged up version of Henry really shows that they kind of want this character to stick around. But I'm gonna leave it off there. I want to know what you guys think about this. If you think Lydia should have a connection with Enid or Henry or somebody totally different, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below about the whispers, Lydia, this casting, and everything Walking Dead related. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. And thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like rating, and for more Walking Dead videos like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for all the support on these videos. It's been All Things Film, and until next time, peace.